Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and watching the Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today we're going to talk with Orange County Register legend Steve Fryer, and of course, we're going to see Mr. Pfeiffer in the Would You Rather segment. Coach, we may even have a special guest in that segment. I'm not sure.
You're talking really fast, Coach. We trying to get this done quickly before sixth period or what?
Hey, people go bell to bell around this place. I don't really know. Okay, enough getting around. What do we got for the wrap-up for the week?
All right, all of our winter sports have finished their Empire League season, so we're ready for the playoffs. Boys basketball finished going 21-6 and 9-1 in league for a share of the Empire League championship. They go into the playoffs as the number 4 seed in the CIF Division 2A playoffs with an opening game Wednesday night versus Beaumont at home. If we win, we'll play again Friday night versus the winner of Knight and Oak Hills on the road. Girls basketball team dropped the final game of the season to finish 14-13 and 6-4 in the Empire League, good for second place. The girls have a tough assignment in CIF as they are in the Division 1 playoffs. Based on our success the last 2 years, the girls travel to Santiago Corona on Thursday night for a 6 p.m. game. If we win that, we'll play again on Saturday night. Boys soccer did all they could in the final week of the league season, beating Crane Lutheran and Pacifica to finish league at 4-4-2, but we lost out on the tiebreak for third place to Tustin. So as the fourth place team, we needed an at-large bid to get into the playoffs. But unfortunately, there was no room in the division for any at-large teams, so we missed out. But solid finish for Coach Anton and the boys. Girls soccer pulled off an upset last Thursday, beating Pacifica 2-0 in the final league game of the season. That was a big victory as it locked up second place in the Empire League. The girls finished 7-3 in league and head to play El Rancho on Thursday at 5 p.m. at Smith Park in Pico Rivera. Girls water polo won their 5th league title in a row, going undefeated in league for the past 5 seasons. The girls open up the CIF playoffs in Division 3 on Tuesday at home versus Flint Ridge Sacred Heart. With the win, the girls will play Cal High of Whittier or Capo Valley on Thursday. And in wrestling, the boys and girls wrestling teams had excellent weekends at the Empire League Finals. The boys had 6 individual league champions and qualified 12 into CIF, while the girls qualified 13 of 14 weight classes into CIF. Congrats and good luck this Friday and Saturday in their individual championship. The boys compete at Sonora on Friday and Saturday, while the girls head to Corona High School on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, not a lot going on with cheer and song, but I did, the over there at the restaurants over here, a lot of the parents were giving shout outs to the cheer and song, especially the song team with their state championship last week. So again, congratulations to them. All right, it is time to check in with Mr. Pfeiffer in our Subs and Grubs segment, Would You Rather? Mr. Pfeiffer, I hear you might have a guest. Do we have a guest?
Only our #1 fan.
Hey, Mr. Leftig.
Hey guys,
How are you?
it's good to join you, man.
Yeah, nice to have you here.
It's about time I've been on the show.
Well,
I know it's a short segment for me.
it is. 6 periods starting.
We got time. You got to run off to the 300
Right.
Hey,
What do we
would you
got?
rather just live in the moment, right, and just hope for the best, hope the kids can get educated in math, or would you rather plan for the future, expect the worst?
Well, I'm definitely a plan for the future, expect for the worst. So I'd much rather live in the moment.
You would rather
I'd
live
much
in the
rather
moment.
live in the moment because I live the other way too much.
And we know you're tormented right now, right? That bell's gonna ring.
Yeah,
6 periods gonna
exactly.
start.
That's a good analogy there.
Right? Yeah, nice.
An
Right.
English teacher here, right?
Yes, I try to be. I'm trying.
Well, we all try.
#1 fan.
Why do we feel like we're not even here right
Oh,
now?
you're the. Oh, nice.
All right, wait, let's live in the moment. What do we got?
We got our Would You Rather. We were at Winter Formal. We went to open house, right? It was a great experience. I'm having a lot of fun talking to all these people. So let's just roll the tape. Cypress High School, here we are, Winter Formal 2024. Varsity soccer killing it this season. Good job. Good job, guys. Varsity basketball, here we are. Water polo, woo! Aiden Houston, Cypress High School, ASB president. Would you rather live in the moment and hope for the best, or plan for the future, expect the worst?
Wait, say that again.
No, live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
Living for the moment.
Live in the moment.
Live in the moment. Hope for the best.
Yeah. Live in the moment. Hope for the best.
Oh, like a little butterfly on the wind.
Yeah, live in the moment, man. He's got joy every
He's wasted on the wrong people. Carpe diem, baby.
Live in the
And
moment.
for sure, live in the moment.
Live in the moment. Carpe diem. You're young, right?
Probably live in the moment.
Live in the moment.
I would like to live in the moment. I'm a big moment guy. Live in anxiety. I am not a big fan of anxiety. I am not anxious about anything because I'm not in control of my life.
Live in the moment and hope for the best.
Why?
Because
You're just like a butterfly on the wind.
but if you're living in the moment, then like you can really experience everything.
Oh, that's good. All of you?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like seaweed in the tides of the ocean. Whatever comes, comes.
I would rather plan for the future.
Plan for the future?
Yes.
You're a planner, right?
Yep.
Rainy day kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Mom and dad taught you well.
Plan for the worst. I like having a plan.
They're like butterflies in the wind. Whatever
Yeah,
comes,
yeah.
comes.
Plan ahead.
You're like planning for the rainy day.
Yeah.
Woo! Ah! All right, thanks, Mr. Pfeiffer. Hey, today we are super excited to welcome back to the program. I think this is the third year in a row, right? Third year in a row. We are welcoming Orange County Register reporter, all-star, legend. I don't know what words we can say. Steve Fryer, welcome back to the program.
Good to be with you folks.
Hey, Steve, last year we talked a little bit about, if we could get to the football system for all the sports, right?
Right.
And taking the current year and create brackets. And it looks like we'll be moving toward that here in the near future with pretty much all the sports, which would even mean like things like a league champ would not automatically get a home game like we currently have. And you could play a league team at any point in the playoffs. And I know last year you mentioned it's going to be hard to make those basketball brackets considering the amount of teams that basically are in a division. Do you think we're headed to the right place though in doing that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see. The interesting thing for me is to see who's going to do these rankings. The CF 7 section office is already working on some things and figuring out what system they're going to use. For football, there's a group out there called calpreps.com, and they do things in this algorithm way, and they have a very thorough system. Is something like that going to be out there for basketball? The Max Prep ranks teams. There's already a data method in place at the Southern Section office. That could be what, will be relied upon, because they're placing teams in divisions by using those numbers now. But they will, instead of having 2 years worth of numbers, they'll just crunch it all into 1 year and then let it fly where it may. So we'll have to see how that works out. It's going to be a lot of fun to see how it works out. I think it's a good idea. Excuse me. At least Southern Section is moving this thing forward, not being stuck in things. And like anything, it had to go through the CF Southern Section Council, which is the section's legislative branch, made up of representatives from all the leagues across the giant Southern Section. So this isn't something that just the guys in the CF Southern Section office, the commissioner, assistant commissioners did. This was a proposal that came up through, and Tim Walsh at Ocean View, AD, was a big proponent of this. It came up through the schools. It's generated by the schools, approved by the schools. So, it's not like somebody, sitting in some throne at the CF office decided this. This is what the schools want. This is what the schools are going to deal with, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the bracket this year and thinking of future things, the open division this year, somebody kind of left out. Notre Dame not being in the open division. And then because of the way it works, they get dropped down and become the number 1 seed in Division 1.
Right.
But because they're not like a league champ, they actually play on the road against Crean Lutheran in the first round, which kind of gives them an advantage, right? If they win that game over Crean Lutheran on the road, as maybe they wouldn't be in the years to come, they're going to play the second round game now as the home team, which I think is a giant advantage.
Yeah, it's a big advantage, and maybe it just should be the higher seeded team, and I think that's what we're getting to. The higher seeded team is going to be at home throughout, which is sort of what you earned. So I remember a long time ago, Dave Demarest, Dave Demarest, the longtime baseball coach at La Quinta, he always said that the way it should go is that you should leave it up to the higher seeded team. You want to be home in the first round or the second round. Because sometimes you're playing somebody that's maybe not that strong. Yeah, I'll take that away game in the first round to be at home against a more formidable opponent in round 2. But yeah, Notre Dame is going to Korean Lutheran, right?
Yeah.
Korean Lutheran's pretty good. You guys know that. Cypress tied with them for the Empire League title. Pretty interesting. Cypress wins at Korean. I saw that game. Your guard over there, Ryan Gov, is something. I love that kid. And then, Cypress loses the home game to Korean. Korean puts their bigger guys in the court the whole time, I think is how it went. So, they got some big cats, and so that worked out. But, Notre Dame probably should have been in the Open Division, guys. Okay, they were 24-0. They lost their last 3 games to, really good opponents like Harvard, Westlake, et cetera. I saw them play at the Nike Extravaganza. You got a guy in that team, Mercy Miller. Yao, really good player and a fine team. Well coached by former Ocean View All-County guard Matt Sargent, and they're a really good team. Are they better than Jay Serra, which is in the Open Division? Ooh, they might be. But that was a surprise to me to see Notre Dame of Sherman Oaks not in the Open Division. St. Pius. St. Matthias of Downey, Catholic school, they're in. I kind of thought they'd be in Division One. Centennial Corona, they were like a bubble team. They got into the Open Division. It's a good group, and I'm just going to riff a little bit here on the Open Division. There is no super team in that group. There is no one team that's the team to beat. I don't know. I'm looking at this thing. There's Modern Day is pretty good, although breaking news, their leading scorer Brandon Martinson is out. He broke a tibia in the win over St. John Bosco at Mater Dei last week. He is gone. He had surgery on Friday, so they're going to play without their leading scorer. Now Mater Dei is pretty deep. Got Brandon Benjamin, who transferred in from Canyon, where he was Orange County Player of the Year last year. We got Luke Barnett, whose dad is the basketball head coach over at Aliso Niguel. Luke can shoot the heck out of it. Really good shooter. Brady Carrick is a fine point guard for them. They got depth, Blake Davidson's a good guy, good rebounding dude. But they gotta play St. Pius St. Matthias in the second round. Then we got a rematch, Jay Serra at Mater Dei. That's an all Trinity League thing in round 2 of pool play. That's pretty good. Harvard Westlake is mega talented. I saw them at the Nike Extravaganza. Centennial, Josh Giles is, one of the best coaches running around. They've won the Open Division and a couple times in recent years. Sierra Canyon, guys who can play the game. They're pretty solid too. All those NBA kids, running all over that place. Roosevelt, I saw them play fast, good athletes on that team. And then Jay Serra's got Sebastian Rancic, excellent forward. And then their guard, big shooting guard, scored 36 points when they beat Mater Dei a couple of weeks ago. Aiden Fowler, top candidate for Orange County Player of the Year honors. So that's my little rundown of the Open Division, which you didn't ask for, but you're there. You have it anyway.
So we may see in that pool play, we may see a team not just run through it 3-0, but there might be some upsets. There could be some 2-1 teams that are advancing. Go to the tiebreak system.
Yeah, and then I got to start looking at the tiebreaker system and figure that out. I'm sure there's only 40 things.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy with that for sure. And looking at those, and again, having that team not in there, having the different system where the higher ranked team, I know at least in the first round, is going to get those home games. Our girls team, the Cypress girls team, they moved up to Division One this year, but really without the same team as they've had in years past. If we were in the new system coming forward, this wouldn't be an issue. But now they're going to travel. They're going to travel to Santiago of Corona in round 1, which is like a ridiculously tough first round match for them. And what can they expect in that game?
Well, Santiago Canyon, Corona has some big kids on. I was looking at the roster, 6'1", et cetera, like that. That's a pretty good sized high school girls team. And then looking at their schedule, they played some good teams, man. They played Centennial of Corona. They played Jeepers, some pretty good teams. Esperanza, a really good Orange County team. They played Sierra Canyon. They lost by 20, Sierra Canyon. But you get better by both you guys know this. You get better by playing better people. And they come in a little bit hot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wins in a row in league. They beat MLK. They beat Long Beach Poly. Yeah, so they've got a good they got a good group. Tough road for Cypress, but like you're saying, if it's next year's system where you're judged on that year's results, Cypress is not playing on the road at San Diego. They're not even at San Diego Corona. They're not in this division. So this is the thing they're trying to fix, right?
Yeah. What if we just have, we don't know what the Cal Preps ranking system is going to be for basketball. What if we just did a Steve Fryer, Eric Sonheimer, Frank Burleson ranking system? Can you guys get it done?
No. Eric and Frank could do it, but they wouldn't want me in that room. There's a blue ribbon panel that selects the open division teams. They want it to be really good, so I'm not on it.
All right. Well,
Eric's on it. I don't know if Eric's on it or not, but I know that Burleson is on it. It's a top secret thing. I've asked the Southern section, hey, can I get the names of all the people in it and maybe publicize so that people know who's on that, who's on the academy, who's selecting best picture, right? So they said, no, we can't do it, for top security reasons, right? Okay, here I am. I'm in Jordan and Egypt, where there's like not too far from Gaza, and I'm posting where I'm at, right? I'm not scared, okay? I'm letting people know I'm here, in this zone, right? Just a few weeks ago, but no, we can't let people know who's on this because of security reasons. Okay, cool.
All right, let's flip it over to the boys' side. Cypress boys are in Division 2A. They're seeded fourth in the division. Pasadena's the number 1 seed. Westlake's on the opposite side, number 2, and Long Beach Poly, number 3. All traditionally very good programs. What do you like about these teams, and were any of them a surprise in the top 4?
No, not really. I think Cypress, 21-6, I think, and Empire League's really good. Tustin's in there. Korean Lutherans, super talented group. Pacifica, good group too. So not surprised to see Cypress get there at number 4. This Beaumont team, though, 20-7, 8-2 in league, second place team. So that's nothing to sneeze at. And then you look at other teams in this thing in 2 single A. I saw Marina play. I saw them beat Corona Del Mar last week. Marina's really good. So I know about that. Los Altos is really good. 20-7. I've seen that team play this year. The coach over there is really good. Long Beach Poly, always talented, always a super athletic group. They're in this thing. San Dimas is in this league in this conference as well. Corona Del Mar, who I saw lose to Marina last week. They're talented, and they play Aliso. That's going to be a war. That game's going to be tough over there. And then down below, you're looking at Westlake, co-champion, and the always good Marmonte League. So yeah, this division's pretty tough. Flint Ridge Prep, that's somebody to worry about too. But they got to play San Gabriel Academy in the first round. San Gabriel Academy plays in the San Joaquin League. San Gabriel Academy's got dudes. They can play. And that's the league that's got Pacific Christian in it, Fairmont Prep in it, Capistrano Valley Christian in it. It is a basketball league. It is really good. So San Gabriel Academy, they're the number 3 team out of that group, but in the San Joaquin League. But they've been battle tested. They're going to be a tough out. Cypress, they beat Beaumont. They got the winner of Knight, Golden League champ, and Oak Hills. Knight's pretty good. I know that they're somewhere in the top 12 in Division 2A in the final poll. So yeah, this division is pretty good. The twos, the Division 2s, the 2 AA and the 2 single A, Always good basketball. 3AA, pretty good too. It's there's a lot of good teams in this thing.
That's right. We have Beaumont coming to us. That's a long distance. And then if we get by that game, we got to go to Oak Hills or tonight. So we're making a trip to Victorville or Palmdale. And really, I just want to get to the OC games. I want to get to the Orange County games. If we can get through the first two games and Marina gets through the first two games, we could face them in the quarterfinals. And I think that would be a lot of fun.
That would be a great game. Cypress Marina would be a fun game. Hey, let me ask you, Jeff, basketball guy, Ryan Gov, what makes him so good, that point guard of yours? What do you like about him?
Yeah, I think he sees the floor really well.
Yes.
He really finds guys, does a great job with that. He's super quick in the open floor, too. And that goes with the way Derek's system is. And you can't really play off him. The guy can shoot. So he has all those aspects of being able to get up the court quickly, being able to see the whole floor, find the open guy. And then if you play off to play something else, he's going to whack a three on you. So he's a really fun kid to watch for sure.
You know what? He's pretty small, not that tall, and he's got a body mass, whatever they call that body fat index of -10, right? But the guy doesn't mind body contact, and he knows how to roll off of it and keep, and how to move and minimize the shots that he's going to take, because he'll go to the hole and he'll bring two guys in and he'll find people, right? He is something. I was delighted by his way to play, and he's one of those guys that you can tell is just a gym rat and a half. And he's a guy who's always getting better and always working at it and loves playing basketball. That's the kind of guy who's going to be playing in a rec league when he's 50.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
He's that kind of dude. And then you got Mr. Inside, the great looking Michael Wright, muscular as heck, maybe not as polished as he will be down the road. Michael's the kind of guy that, can play after high school, right? Maybe JC would be a great place for him to kind of hone more of the basketball skills. But as far as his potential, got a ton of it. And I really like him too. And then the dude on your team, Birdsong. What's his first name?
Kingston
Birdsong, or as they call him, King Birdsong. That's like a name from a Disney cartoon. King Birdsong. Love that. Yeah, and he's pretty good too. He grabbed a ton of rebounds when I saw them beat Korean. That guy is tough too, man. And Derek Mitchell, one of the best coaches out there. He was our coach of the year for whatever years ago it was. And man, I like this Cypress group a lot. I could see them getting to the quarters for sure, and perhaps beyond.
Yeah. So you were talking Michael Wright and Beaumont. Like you said, 20-6. Some say maybe have underachieved a little bit, but they got guys back from last year's team. They got a player who's averaging, I think, 16.1 points a game, Vince Capuras. They got another kid, Peyton Joseph, and that's going to be the big one for Michael Wright, right? Because he's averaging 13.3 points a game, 10.9 rebounds. They got two other solid players, Josiah Moran and Adrian Ferris, both averaging 8.2 points a game. Tough when you have four scorers like that to go against them. So that first round matchup for Michael, especially on the inside, should be a pretty exciting one.
Yeah, he's going to have to hit some glass, and so's Birdsong. Don't give those guys offensive boards. It's basic stuff. Screen out, get the ball, take care of it. Whoever wins the turnovers battle, all that stuff like that. All the simple things. Speaking of simple things, your baseball coach, John Weber, how much carp is he going through with all this weather we're having out there? Cypress has one of the more beautiful baseball fields in Orange County, and I bet you Weber's just like dying right now with all this rain.
Weber's trying to kick Derek out of the gym for practice.
Yeah.
How can we do that?
I totally get that. But, I've been over there, and he's got, his batting cage is as big as the gym. Just stay in the batting cage, Webb. You don't need to go bug Derek in the gym. And you also got a girls team that needs the gym too, right? All right. Yeah. And then volleyball's happening, correct?
Yeah. Exactly.
So all that. But, I expected Webb to be in the studio with you guys. He's got nothing to do right now.
He should be. He should be in here. We should have brought him in to give us some play-by-play.
Talk about Nick Montgomery, his big first baseman catcher guy, who I saw at a basketball game, by the way. And the guy's a mountain. He's huge.
He's a big kid. He's a big kid. And we've had great support from that baseball team out there at the basketball games this year. They're having a lot of fun. John Short, Nick Montgomery leading the way, cheering on the
love those lunatics.
Yeah, Nick Montgomery probably could be a pretty good basketball player. Big guy inside.
Yeah, he'd be just getting rebounds and setting picks, and guys be losing teeth.
That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. All right, Steve. The second round, as we said, we got if we can get by Beaumont, we got to travel out to Knight of Palmdale or Oak Hills in Victorville. Not a short distance, right? We'd much rather travel down to Marina, down Valley View.
Right.
What's the effect of traveling 100 miles or so on a high school team? What's the mindset there? Who don't have to do it very often?
No, but I'll tell you what. One thing you want to do is make sure you eat properly, and hydrate well. But I think as a kid who played basketball, those bus trips were some of the most fun days that you ever had. Those are things, that you're always going to remember is the fun you had with the fellas on the long bus trips like that. And it's a chance to bond. It's a chance to have fun. I kind of like it. I think. It depends on the camaraderie of the team. You're not getting on each other's nerves. Well, everybody's wearing headphones anyway and not talking to each other properly. I don't know, but I think the bus trips are so fun.
That's right. It should be a good time. Hopefully, they make it a business trip to go win,
yes.
and not just a field trip, if you will.
Right.
All right. Well, in a couple of days, I'm sure we'll see, or tomorrow maybe we'll see your brackets for all the divisions in basketball. Who do you got for the Final Four? Any sleepers for Division 2A or across the boys' brackets?
You know what? I'm kind of like still figuring it out. I like Cypress getting the distance because I really like the inside-outside game of Gov and Wright and the rebound that I saw of Birdsong, and Derek's a good coach. So you could see like Pasadena and Cypress. And then, it gets a little weird. Out there, San Dimas, I think, might be able to like pump their way into the semis, and then Paraclete, Westlake down in that half. Man, Paraclete, I haven't seen him play, but kind of like following it. Paraclete might be somebody to watch out for in 2 single A.
All right. Well, the big question here: what does a team need to do in this division? What qualities do they need to have to win the CIF championship? And then what team is your team? Who do you have winning it?
Pasadena, you always go to the top seeded team. There's a reason they're number one. So I like their chances. You gotta have shooters. You gotta have guys who can shoot the ball and shoot the three. In high school basketball, it opens up the inside stuff for you. You got to play defense. Can't turn the ball over. Just basic stuff, and keep your big guys out of foul trouble. Make sure that your good players are there in the fourth quarter. You don't want to see a guy, with 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left, sitting on the bench. He's already picked up his fifth personal. So things got to go your way, and you got to stay healthy. Flu bugs going around this time of year, so you got to stay healthy, and get some breaks. But basically, don't turn the ball over. Basketball's a game of runs, and if you're turning over the ball and you're feeding runs for the other team, that's trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know what happened. I think we lost our camera feed. They always said we had a face for radio, so apparently that's what happened with us. We can still see you just fine, but
great.
Anyways, hey, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you
right
being here, giving us the insight as always.
Cool.
Much for what you do. Again, I say it all the time to everybody. What you do for high school sports and covering that and getting the name out of people and coaches and really promoting high school sports is just invaluable. And we love everything you do. And we really, really thank you for all your hard work on that.
I tell you what, it was a very fun job. And people like the great people in Cypress Athletics are a big reason why I have such a fun job. And it's really not a lot of work, guys. It's not like I'm putting a roof on a house in August. That's real work. What I do is a silly job, but it's a lot of fun. And I feel part of the athletic community here in Orange County because everybody's been so cool to me all these many years I've been doing it. And 30-something years at it. Yeah, so I think I'm going to go another 30. What the heck?
Hey, well, thanks again, Steve Fryer, for being here. We appreciate all you do for high school sports. Thanks for taking the time out to talk to us about everything. Again, follow him on social media. Make sure you follow his column. Read everything you can about high school sports. Support those athletes, those coaches, and support Fryer. Of course, always support the businesses that support us. Thanks to Coach's Corner and Subs and Grubs for supporting the show. Make sure you get out there before and after the games and support them. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.